Hello, my fellow children of the night, the Dark Leandra here. So, today I would like to make a very positive type of video about what exactly Goth has done to me, done for me, and why I'm grateful for it. Now, actually, this video should have been done last Monday for World Goth Day. Because I wanted to celebrate World Goth Day by making a very positive video about what the subculture has done for me and why I'm so attached to it. But my life has been very hectic lately, quite difficult. I've been under a lot of stress, so many things have been going on, so it didn't quite work out that way. My life is still kind of hectic, but hey, better late than never, right? So, I should warn you that this video is probably going to be very cheesy, a little lame, a little corny at times, since it's supposed to be a kind of declaration of love to the subculture. So, if you don't like really cheesy stuff, then you might not want to watch this. I'm just warning you. So, let's get started. The first reason I am grateful for Goth is. This is gonna sound really lame, but I'm grateful for Goth for giving me a better sense of who I am, a kind of better sense of identity. That did not make any sense. Okay, basically, before I discovered the subculture, I'm sorry for this, but I felt really lost, kind of incomplete. Like there was clearly something missing. And this is probably the biggest cliche of all, and when people say that talking about romantic relationships, I will cringe and roll my eyes, but I think it's quite appropriate as far as Goth is concerned, because Goth is not, the subculture is not really a person, is it? It's made out of various things. Anyways, that didn't make any much sense, but it didn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Anyways, I felt incomplete. I liked specific types of things, but I didn't quite understand it. I didn't know how it all fit in together. Like, probably the biggest cliche of all, but I loved Edgar Allan Poe. I loved Gothic literature. I loved the spookier type of literature, paranormal fantasy type. I loved Halloween. I loved anything to do with the supernatural. I was attracted to a Gothic type of aesthetic, like the Addams Family, for example. If I was intrigued by the darker side of life, and I generally prefer the darker type of music. I mean, nothing like heavy metal goth because I didn't know about that, but more like really dark songs, like for example, Heaven Tonight by Cheap Trick. Go check out that song is really really dark. Um, Dark Lady by Cher. And A Girl Like You by Edwyn Collins. Those are probably not the best examples, but you get the idea. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, but the thing is, this is not making much sense, I'm sorry. When I discovered Goth, the pieces fell into place. I discovered a place where there were other people who shared my love for a certain type of literature, a place where there was I discovered a darker type of music that I really completely fell in love with. It was a kind of music that was so perfect for me. It really is. It was exactly the kind of music I was looking for, but that I didn't really know existed. There were other people who were fascinated by the darker side of life. I understood myself better. This probably did not make any sense at all. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm grateful for Goth because I have really come into myself, so to speak. Well, at least mostly. I feel like I understand myself better. I know who I am, mostly. Anyways, I'm sorry if that sounds cheesy. Anyways. Now, the second reason I'm grateful for Goth is for the community, the sense of community, of belonging somewhere. And this is really important, but I'm not just talking about social media, although that's a really big part of it. But it's just this idea that there are other people out there who are similar, who share the same interests, mostly the same values. It's nice to think that even though you don't really fit into your immediate circle, there is a place for you out there, a place with other outcasts, basically. Well, not exactly outcasts, but you get the picture. And this is not making sense at all. I'm sorry. Um, but it's not just, again, it's not just about the internet. Although yes, that is a rather big part of it. There's also like when I'm on the bus and I see other alternative types of people come onto the bus, as in maybe they're goth, maybe they're emo, I'm not sure, but they're still clearly the alternative type. I get excited. I really like. I would love to go up and talk to them and ask them what they are exactly, how they got into this, what kind of music they like, how do they deal with their parents, where they get their clothes, etc., etc., etc. Like, I'm really excited, and it's just it's nice to know that, to feel like there are other people out there who are kind of similar to you, who do understand you. A subculture is different. It's not exactly like your group of friends. It's not exactly like your friends. I mean, I'm not saying friends are not important. Friends are really important, but a subculture is different. It definitely is different. There's a different sense of belonging. Probably didn't make sense. Anyways, the third reason I'm grateful for Goth. This is probably gonna be the cheesiest one of all. Um, I'm grateful for Goth because it has given me passion. At least it has given me a reason to be really passionate about something. I have recently asked myself what it is I'm passionate about, and that's not really an easy question. I mean, I know what I love. There are things that I love, there are things that I really, really like, but passion is something entirely different. And goth, the subculture, definitely falls under the passion category. You need to be passionate about it. If you're a goth or any other type of alternative person and you're not passionate about what you're doing, then you're doing something wrong. I mean, I love the music. I'm really passionate about it, and I don't think that's going to change. I mean, obviously, I'm going to discover other bands, and I might discover other different types of music that I will like, but nothing will change my love for Sisters of Mercy or Typo Negative or Switchblade Symphony or Bauhaus. That's not going to change. I'm always going to love those bands. Just like nothing's going to change my undying love for Gothic literature or Edgar Allan Poe. Not gonna happen. I will always love that, no matter what. Um, I'm always gonna love Halloween. I'm always gonna love horror movies. So be disappointed by, even though I might be disappointed eventually by the state of the subculture, the way some goths are, there are some things I won't be disappointed in. And it's nice to feel like it's kind of like having a safety net, you know what I mean? Something you can rely on. It feels nice. So, yeah, if you're not passionate about being goth, or whatever it is you are, then you're doing something wrong. Goth should be a source of happiness and pleasure and comfort, not a source of anxiety, pressure, or stress of any kind. I'm just saying. And now the last reason I'm grateful for goth, and this one is oddly specific to me personally. I don't expect anyone else to be able to relate to this, but I feel like goth has made me maybe a little more open-minded, as in I am much more willing to try out new things. When I say new things, it's kind of limited. Like I'm willing to listen to different types of music or expose myself to different types of movies. Like for example, there's a movie I recently saw that I'm not sure I would have watched before, and that was Chariots of Fire, which is basically about two athletes competing in the Olympics. This movie won an Oscar in 1982. Now, my mother did kind of push me to watch it, but I was curious and I wanted to really see the movie for myself. So I do feel like God has made me more open to things. Like I'm more willing to try out new things, like movies, for example, or music. Um, I'm not saying I'm open for everything, like food, for example. I've always been a very difficult, picky eater. That hasn't changed, but I feel like from other points of view, Goth has definitely made me more open minded. And so that's it, guys. The big reasons I'm grateful for Goth. I'm sure a lot of this was pretty incoherent, rambling, but yeah, I'm sorry for that. These are the reasons why I'm grateful for Goth, why I love the subculture so much. So let me know in the comments down below why you feel grateful for Goth, what it's brought to you, and I will see you next time for another video, guys. Bye!